questions, if, and if we have you know any specific questions we want to ask in the direction of the study group, then of course I have myself and the rest of the team are already on the call. We'll be able to take some of those questions and then steer us in the right direction. But like I said again, the essence is let's get what the objective of the study group is, was expected from each and every one of us, and how soon we should hit the ground running. So, again, if you recall, during the first edition of the study group initiative, we try to outline, the goals and the objective. We'll just try to do that again. So essentially, this group is the have a vibrant community, in the different core disciplines as far as the study group is concerned, be able to share, knowledge, exchange professional idea, ensure that we are growing, as a community in the spaces that we have, indicated interests. SP is always, in the business of ensuring that knowledge sharing is at the forefront of what we do. And this study group initiative is one of those ways where we ensure, that each of every one of us is growing professionally, and we're able to also share knowledge, in the different areas. So essentially, we had thought that, we'll set up 5 focus study groups, right? And this is going to help, each of the members of those study group, achieve the objective of professional growth and knowledge sharing. And we initially planned that this is going to be more like small managed, self-managed groups of 10 persons max. But because of the volume of interest in the study group, I mean, this it also speaks to the fact that, you know all of us who are in this group are committed, to not just knowledge sharing, we're also committed to learning, which is a very, important, quality as far as, growth is concerned. So we had the study group, I would want to say, is highly oversubscribed. We thought we are going to have a maximum of 10 persons per group, but I think general we have about 150 persons who indicated interest in joining the study group. And so what we had to do is, for each of the groups that we had created in terms of the disciplines, we had to further split them into subgroups. So it's possible that if you are in the geology and reservoir engineering study group, some people are in group A, and another people is in another a set of other persons are in subgroup B, just so that, we don't have one particular group overcrowded to the extent that we're unable to meet the objective of the group, right? So here we want the ultimate goal, and the strategy for us is that we want to learn by discussing what has been done in the past. I spoke to the fact that part of the strategy is that we are going to select area of interest across the study groups, right? So if you are in any of the study groups, the objective is we are going to all agree on an area of interest as far as the discipline is concerned, and then we'll download a minimum, which it means you can download I mean more than, but a minimum of 5 SPE papers in that discipline around the joint focus of interest that everybody in the group is interested in. So what it simply means is that, for example, if I'm in the data science group, right, it means all of us would have to agree on an area that we want to, we are all in an area we are all interested in, right? And it simply means that we will download SPE papers in that area, and everybody is going to contribute in, first of all, reviewing the paper. It means you have the opportunity to read a minimum of 5 SPE papers this year, and not just reading it. You'll be able to extract, your learnings from that paper and share within the group. And at the end of the day, we want to ensure that there is some kind of a shared purpose and shared reward, from this exercise. And that is why part of our objective in this particular, board year is to ensure that each study group is expected to produce a review paper. And what is a review paper? As time progresses, we would have time to get someone to join to come speak to us at the different study groups to explain what is expected of us as we are writing an XP paper, just so that whatever abstract we put out there is going to be accepted, and ultimately our paper is going to be accepted. But it simply means that we have a real opportunity of not just reading a minimum of 5 SPE paper. We are also going to be contributing to a review paper that will be presented at the 2026 SPE NIS conference. So I'm sure that it's going to be the first time that some of us are getting ourselves to write SPE papers. And I mean, no better way to contribute to the body of knowledge that already exists in the energy industry. So these are the expectations and these are the strategy. I will also take some time further to buttress on that as we go along in the coming slides. So, like I mentioned, what are the objectives? I've said a bit about this. We want
Sorry, Mr. Hillary, the slides are not changing from my end. Have you moved?
oh
And it's
yeah,
not on
moved.
slideshow.
Oh my God.
Okay, so is it my
Can't so I'm sure it should be okay, let me reshare my screen.
okay? Thank you.
Please confirm what you're saying now.
Fantastic. Key objectives.
Oh, thank you. So I think I shared the wrong screen. Apologies.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. So, like I mentioned again, what are the key objectives? We want to develop expertise, right? A couple of us are already professionals in the industry. A couple of us are young professionals, maybe 2, 3 years out of school and you are working. A couple of us are students. How are we able, to collectively improve on our knowledge base, right? So that for that to be made possible, we'll have to collaborate. So it simply means that across all these categories of persons have just spoken of, there will be some level of collaboration. The professional will have to rub off on the students and the guy who is just starting out as a young professional. So that is the key objective. And of course, this is going to enhance communication, will refine our technical presentation capabilities, and that's simply because every member of the team is not going to be a dormant member. The expectation is high level engagement. It simply means if you are not used to making presentations, you're not used to discussing technically, this is an opportunity for you to improve. And you should be aware that this is a safe space. So it simply means that you are allowed to make all your mistakes, gain your confidence when you are making technical presentation. And I think that's the objective. So the idea is I will also talk about this subsequently, but just to buttress in terms of communication and making technical presentations, the expectation is that when we have gotten all the SP papers, in the area of interest where we have jointly agreed, every member of the team will take turns to share knowledge from that paper. And of course, this will be at the discretion of the leader of the group who is going to assign, okay, this week you are going to speak to us and you're going to share knowledge from this particular aspect of, the area of interest. So you are going to everyone in the group will take turns, like I've said, to make presentations. You build your confidence and be sure that you are well articulate while communicating. And of course, it's an opportunity to create impact. I've said this, and you are creating in the impact in the sense that you'll be contributing to the body of knowledge as far as that discipline is concerned. And that what a better stage to do than the 2026 SPE NICE conference. So we are going to work towards writing our SPE review papers and submitting the abstracts before the deadline. I'll share, some things about, the deadlines for us to see. And of course, I've already spoken about professional growth, so I'll just skip this. So, what are the groups that we are looking at? Like I mentioned earlier, we're looking at 5 core groups: geology and reservoir engineering, production technology and optimization, drilling engineering, data science and analytics, and health, safety, and environment. So these are the five core focus areas that we are focusing on in this body. And if you remember, and so most of us have been added to most of the groups depending on the areas that you indicated interest. So, and like I mentioned, some of the groups, because they were oversubscribed, we have subgroups. So the geology and reservoir engineering has two subgroups, subgroup A and B, with different participants inside those groups, so or different team members inside those groups. So it's also important at this junction to mention, I think our TIC has said that earlier, but it's also important at this point to mention that the reason why we said you were only going to join one group at a time is so that we maintain concentration and smooth coordination in each of the teams. So please, I think I will just say this beforehand, that we are not allowed to cross carpets. It simply means that if you had indicated interest in an area, right, and you have been added to that study group, please do well to stay committed and contribute to that study group so that the objectives that we have set would be met, right? And I think the TIC and has also said, and I will just emphasize that if we identify people who are cross carpeting, we just remove them from the group that they had not earlier indicated interest in. So you'll just be removed from that particular group so that you can stay focused in the group that you had initially indicated interest in. All right, so I will just move ahead, having said what these groups, the names of the groups are. And I mean, no need to go through what the groups entail, but just be assured that the idea is for us to look into the focus areas, of course, speaking to the group now, and want to investigate what's the latest technology, what's going on in this space, cutting edge technology and innovations in those spaces. Try to learn and this is me just preempting. Try to learn, what the group is all about, right? And if I say, for example, I'm in the data science group, and we have a joint interest in large language models. When you are discussing natural language processing, it's an area of interest. It simply means that all of us need to know what are the cutting edge technologies, how is technology rapidly evolving in this space. We all agree on a joint area of interest. We get technical papers in that space, learn more, share knowledge, and then produce an SPE paper. So that's the focus of the group. So this is the structure. I will just say this on a high level and then go into the people who are the leaders of the group. But this is the structure we're going to have in each of the group and subgroups. We're going to have a group leader who is expected to be an industry professional, right? We also have a group assistant who is a young professional. And then every other member of the group, including the leaders, are all researchers, right? So let's drive this from a research mindset, because we'll be doing a lot of reviews, learning from what other people have done in the past, other research persons have done in the past, and then we'll be contributing to the body of knowledge. So just to go directly into the groups, like I mentioned, we have five specific groups and then subgroups. So the geology and engineering group has two groups, subgroup A and B, and the team lead for the subgroup A is Godman Udoibo, and the assistant is Ogo Patience, and then for the subgroup 2 or B, if you would call it, so for the geology and reservoir engineering, we have Anyanwu Nemex, who will be leading the group with his assistant. The production technology and optimization group will be led by Dr. Enyo Kirike and his assistant, and that of the subgroup B will be led by Mr. Isioma and his assistant. So one of the things to mention here is that all the leaders are, you know, industry professionals that we can learn from, and that's the reason why they are the ones leading the group. So they are going to be responsible for steering the group in the right and navigating the group in the right direction. So for the data science and analytics group, subgroup A, we'll have Emmanuel Ude leading that group, and the subgroup B will be led by Evans Ogolo, and then HSC and environment, the HSC sub group will be led by Mr. Japheth Atta, why the drilling engineering group. So just this is at the point I would just pause to mention that there is, following the previous body, that we already had a drilling engineering group, right, study group, right, which was led by our able Judge Judith, and the idea here is because we do not want to have a lot of duplications, right? The guys who had indicated interest to join the drilling engineering study groups will be moved into the existing study group, just so that we maintain the integrity of that study group. And then we'll, of course, onboard every other member of the existing study group what the objective for this body is, so that we are all driving in the same direction. So Judith, who is the current lead of the of the existing drilling engineering study group, will still maintain the leadership structure, right? But every new and any member who has indicated interest to join the drilling engineering study group will be moved into the existing drilling engineering study group. So I don't know if that's clear, but we'll take questions. So, but essentially, what are the leadership responsibilities? The leaders should be able to guide the team members to choose an area of joint interest and focus, for the study group. You should also be able to organize regular meetings. I will recommend weekly, just so that the group is active. So there should be regular meetings and ensure active participation from all members. Also ensure that the group adheres to the objective of downloading and reviewing at least a minimum of, right, 5 technical papers in the joint area of interest. And of course, there should be a facilitated weekly discussion to ensure everybody shares knowledge. And then, of course, monitor the progress of the group, as well as overseeing the preparation of the final review paper and coordinating the submission of the review paper to the technical conference committee. So essentially, these are the high level responsibility of the leaders, both the lead and the assistant. Of course, the assistant will support the team lead to execute all of these responsibilities. So these are just the timelines. I'm just trying to rush. So these are the timelines. So in this first month, you know the first month means effective tomorrow, which is 1st of November. We want to what's it called, begin to source the relevant technical papers, and we have that ready. We can move faster than the timeline. This is just a guide, right? The second month, we should have started conducting in-depth reviews into those papers, facilitating the discussion, and then begin to take turns to share knowledge. And then in the 6 to 7 months, we have already started collectively writing our review papers, soliciting feedbacks, for refinement and ensuring content quality. It's at that point that also we would be inviting people to come speak to each of the groups on how to write a very good SPE paper. And then before the deadline, we expected to submit our abstracts and work on the full paper, also in line with the deadline. I've tried to attach the deadline. If you receive mails from SPE, you should have also received the call for paper. So essentially, abstracts the sites for abstracts opened in October, and everybody is supposed to submit abstracts before July. Did I say July? January 9th, 2026. And then, of course, your abstract to be reviewed and, of course, either accepted or rejected. Then also, there's a deadline for the draft manuscript, which is in March, all leading to the deadline for submission of our final manuscripts and presentation slides, deep into May and July next year. So I just took time to point us to the deadline. So it means that the immediate deadline we are working towards right now is July 9th to come up with our our abstracts to be submitted. So these are the deadlines that every team lead and assistant should have at the back of their fingertips, so that we can all steer the group towards this objective. Don't forget that the shared reward from all of this that we are doing in this body is to ensure that each and every one of us collaborates towards writing a paper that will be published. So I think I will just stop at this point. I think most of the things here I've already said that in terms of we staying in our assigned group, and basically we all have to just get involved and let's make this happen. So I will just pause at this point and take questions so that we don't I see it's already 6 o'clock. Apologies, maybe in another 5 to 10 minutes we'll be out of here, but let's just take questions. What are your expectations? Do you have any specific questions so that we can take them? And other members of the TIC team are also on the call that I'm sure they'll be able to provide some more clarity. So questions, please. Or maybe Mrs. Ofure, you want to say something before we take the questions?
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Hillary. And it's pretty much clear. The objectives are clear. What we need to deliver, what we need to achieve as a team, it's clear. And you already stated, just for clarity, like you mentioned, because of the number of people that indicated interest, we had to have group A and B for some of the disciplines. So if you are in group A, you don't need to be in group B. So it's still the same production technology, but we needed to ensure that we have smaller groups. So that's really very important for us to note. But I think that's it from my end. Let's just take questions from participants. Let's ensure that the plan is to ensure that everybody's clear of what is required, and we're looking forward to getting started immediately. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you very much. So please just, if you have a question, you can just indicate by raising up your hand. Thank you. Excuse me. Or you can as well drop on the chat
Okay.
area.
I
Okay,
see.
Winnie. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Winnie, Nadi,
Yeah,
please go ahead with your question,
good
please.
evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you so much for your presentation. So I just wanted to confirm, right? So when you talked about team leads and assistant team leads, I actually saw my name as an assistant team lead. So, and then I had to go to the group chat to check if the team lead is on the group. I don't know. Is the team lead on the group chat? That's just what I want to confirm. And then, because I would like to know the person, I just want to know the person I'll be working with. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So I think all the team leads are expected to be in the group. So I would also just double check, just to be sure that that's the case, right? But all the team leads had been pre-informed of their leading the group. So I'm sure you are excited about leading the group. I would want to assume in terms of providing assistance to the team lead. So, but just be rest assured that whoever is the team lead will be in the group, and you also have access to the person. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not sure if that addresses your comment or your question, because I'm not also sure if it's a question, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not a question. It's just to know because I I don't know. Excited, but yeah, it's really a big thing to do. So I just want to be sure that the person I'm supposed to work with is there because it's a whole lot to do. And then because I'm
Yes.
really not sure about any of this. It's like my first time of being in a study group. So I just, yeah, to be honest.
There's always a first time winning. So like Mr. Hillary has mentioned, would the team leads are actually on the group or would confirm, and will connect, like would post on each group to say tag the team lead and
Yeah.
also the assistant, so that everybody knows this is the team lead, this is the assistant, and then you guys can take it up from there.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
Okay,
you
that's
look back after this and you'll be excited that you had the opportunity to assist as a lead and also get value from this experience. Yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you. Mr. Isioma, I can see your hands up. Look, if you're saying something, sir, I'm not sure I can hear you.
Okay, good evening now.
Okay, good evening, sir. Please, can you go ahead? We can hear you.
Okay, sorry, a call came in. I'm an engineer, Isioma Badiba. First of all, let me thank you, Hilary, and then Mrs. Ofre Chizi for this opportunity. It's actually an avenue for us to learn. For me, even though I'm a senior member of the SPE, but I'm on the YP platform because I learn. I attend virtually all the online platforms, and then if I have opportunities for physical activities, I also take advantage of that. So I just wanted to confirm that the main objective is to ensure that each group is able to, at the end of the day, present a minimum of one technical paper at the NICE conference. I just wanted to confirm that because from the presentation, everything points towards that. Are there other activities that were supposed to, carry out within the session, or we are just focused on a technical paper presentation? That's on that. And then for those who have not actually gone through the technical paper presentation, there's nothing to worry about. It's a learning point. It's quite interesting. So at least one has been able to present one or two papers, at the conference. It's quite challenging, but you also learn. So just relax. I know we have capable hands that are going to guide you, especially for the newbies. So back to my question, Hilary, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. So I think, and I mean, we appreciate that you are, you're also following up with what's going on, and we are willing to, lead the PT and optimization team at the same time. Thank you very much for that. So essentially, the overarching goal is to have all the team, or rather have the teams present an SPE paper. But what is even more important than presenting an SPE paper is to ensure that everybody is learning, right? And that is why we said the road leading to the presentation of an SPE paper is a learning journey. It starts with every member of the group agreeing on an area of focus, downloading the team leading the group to download a minimum of 5 SPE papers that will all be, everybody will read that paper. So it's not a scenario where one person is left to read and explain to another person. Everybody will take turns to read the minimum of 5 SPE papers. It is from that reading that everybody will also take time to come and share on a weekly basis. Everybody will take turn. So the team lead will come up with a structure that ensures that every week someone new is sharing learnings from the papers that they are reading, right? So we can agree that, for example, today in the production technology and optimization week, that this is Mr. A is presenting to share what they have learned from the paper of focus. So we can do that in such a structured manner to say, okay, this week we'll focus on the first paper. The next week we focus on the second paper, and everybody will take turns to share knowledge and insights from that paper. So, like I'm saying, or like I've said, the journey to writing the review paper that will be submitted during the NICE conference is a learning journey. So everybody should be learning in the process leading to submitting or writing that paper. So I don't know if that provides some sort of clarity.
Yeah, it does. And just to add, Mr. Isema, good evening. Thank you for all you do for SP. In the course of us trying to achieve that presenting paper during nice. One thing I would also ask the team to note is that for the TIC committee, we'll be expecting each team to at least have a technical presentation, right, at the section level, where we invite members of our section to come listen. So it could be the work that what you guys are working on. So depending on when you finish, right? So it's also an opportunity for you to share knowledge with the SP Port Harcourt community. So just similar to what we do in monthly technical meetings. So we can schedule a meeting to say, okay, drilling study group would be presenting or be in charge of this session for today, and this is a topic that we'll be talking about. We encourage people to join. So that's also something that we would expect from each of the sub teams. Yeah, I hope that helps.
Yes,
Oh,
thank you very much. Yeah.
okay, I think it's a good one because let the presentation in-house be done in-house.
Correct.
It might give an opportunity for people to also critique the paper. For
Mm-hmm.
people that are experts, they might also even give us more guide and insights, on how to make the paper more valuable. So I think it's a good one. It's a good one. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. And
Okay.
then we'll add it to the timeline. So please, study group lead, let's include that in the timeline that we'll be sharing with the
Okay.
committee mates. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we still have some hands, and then there is a few comments on the chat. So maybe
Yeah.
we'll take the
So
hands first, and then we'll take the ones on the chat.
okay, I see Princess's. Sorry, I see Princess's iPhone. So I'm not sure what your full name is. Princess, please.
Good evening, everybody. Name is
Good
Princess
evening.
Nancy.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I have a few questions to ask. So basically, I'm still in school studying petroleum and gas engineering, and what I intend doing is that I just want to be a data analysis and or data science. I just want to have like that as like a skill. And then when I saw this, I saw it as an opportunity for me. So I want to ask, are they going to teach us this from the scratch in these groups? Are we going to be taught, or it is already it, or the group or just needs those who are already into it already for the presentations, so that's what I want to ask. Sorry.
Okay, thank you, Princess. So I think no matter no irrespective of your current knowledge base in the data science space, you can also benefit from the study group. What am I trying to say? It simply means that when we have when the group aligns on an area of interest, is an opportunity for you to learn about it. Maybe not in detail as to start, writing codes now. That will be left to the discretion of the study of the group team lead, right? But the objective is for us to learn, about what the group we have joined, right? And then begin to gain knowledge in that space, driven by the knowledge and the experience of the professional who is also leading the space. So, irrespective of the area of your current status, whether you're a student or not, I think it's still an opportunity for you to learn, right? So it might not be a full-blown course. And of course, you understand what a course means. A course means that maybe you have the opportunity to start learning programming from the scratch. And it might not be that kind of scenario, but it's still an opportunity to learn. As a matter of fact, it might give you, an idea of where to even focus your desired career in the data science space. So I don't know if that answered the question, but maybe any other member of the team can also contribute to that. But that's, in my opinion, what the explanation for that question is. I don't know if that provides some sort of clarity, Princess.
Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
All right.
Mm.
Okay, Mr. Simeon Jude.
Okay, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you.
All right, so I wanted to ask, so like comparing the data science team to say the geology or the production technology team, it's a bit different in terms of review because like data science, we do more of like practical things, codes and all that, and
Okay, can someone still hear Simeon?
and
No.
less of review. So are we still going to have to review, or we can do like something? How are we limited to?
Okay, I'm not sure I heard Simeon well, but maybe let me try to summarize what I understood. So Simeon is saying that the data science piece is a lot more practical. I agree, in the sense that you might be required to write codes or do a lot more, practicalize whatever you guys are studying, and I agree, right? Because when you are discussing data science, it might include at some point or one point or the other for you to write, it might include writing codes and the rest of it. So this will be leaving that to the discretion of the team lead. But I would want to also mention that it's also still possible. For example, let's say the focus of the group is to understand how technology has evolved in the machine learning space, right? If you do an in-depth review, you know, you necessarily do not need to write codes,
Wow.
right? You necessarily do not need to write codes. So, but you could also decide to do something innovative. So essentially, if the group agrees that within the time frame allotted or to this study, or even looking at the timeline, given that we need to submit the SPE paper, so the abstract sometime in January. If the group agrees that okay, there is a focus area, and whatever we want to do in terms of coming up with something innovative can be done before we submit our final paper, why not? You can write your abstract, get your abstract approved, and start working on that focus area you guys have agreed with. And this is assuming that you guys want to come up with something innovative, maybe create a workflow for something, write a code for something innovative. So essentially, you should be able to do that. But while you are aiming at that, just be sure that you are looking at the timelines so that you don't, at the end of the day, you're unable to submit the final paper for whatever you guys have agreed to do. So I don't know if that also, Simeon, I don't know if you're still on the call. I don't know if that provides some level of clarity too. So
Yes,
you're only
yes.
constrained by the timeline. So whatever you guys choose to do, just be sure that everybody is learning, and then you are also looking at the timeline for the technical paper submission.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. So I can't see any other hand. So I can take the questions on the chat area. Just one quick one. So someone said, I think that was Jonathan. He said, my question is if the abstract is going to be done as a team, and if the abstract is not approved, does it mean that the group is disqualified from writing the final technical paper? Well, the way it works is that your abstract has to be approved before you can make the final paper submission, and that's why there has to be a lot of commitment, going into the paper writing. We should ensure that whatever we are writing, and I think I mentioned earlier that we'll be inviting someone to also speak to each of the group on how to write a paper that that can be easily approved. So, but the focus is, or rather the answer to that question is yes. If your abstract is rejected based on SPE guidelines, you might not be able to submit the final paper. But don't forget that even though the ultimate goal is to submit the paper, we are also very keen in the learning process. So it is the learning journey that leads to the final technical paper presentation. So as much as we are learning, we are also working towards the paper. So yes, the goal or the ultimate goal is to submit an SPE paper, but I mean, let it be done in such a way, or maybe I'll say it this way: the SPE team will also provide support to ensure that you write your paper in such a way that it's going to get approved. Hopefully. So I see a suits chapter hands up. Sorry, I'm not sure if that's an individual now.
Yes. It's an injury
Okay,
that I'm only the present. Then the for yes. Then stuff like that. Yes, that's great.
okay,
Okay.
okay. Thank
Can
you.
you
Go
hear me?
ahead, please. Yes, go ahead,
Yes,
please.
I have two questions. Because I joined in late. I didn't really understand what you know. I joined in. I was hearing the abstracts and all that, and I'm just wondering. I'm in data science and analytics. The the abstracts and everything, is it going to be related to data science analytics in the group? Because so that's my first question. And then I received a mail from think SPE International or SPE Nigerian so about solution of abstract about naive and to be sincere with you, I don't really know what this abstract about in the dollar. So I don't know if you can get like the support from the section to come and guide us on how to come up with an abstract so that we can be part of the NIEs. Because this year's NIEs, this week was not part of it. And I think we lack, I like guidance and we all lack guidance. So that's, I just want us to be active in everything that we be doing. So these are my two questions.
Yeah, I'm not sure I got your first question correctly, but Mrs. Cheesy, did you get the question, and can you provide some response?
I don't think it
Can I
was
repeat the
clear to me.
question?
So you said you
Can I,
indicated interest
can I
to join the
repeat?
data science group, right?
Yes. I'm in group B.
Okay, and you're thinking, so it's a group thing. So the group will work together and they will submit one abstract. So it's not an individual thing. So is
Okay.
that,
Okay,
yeah,
it's not like they'll be teaching us basis of data science and analytics. Not like a teaching.
not really. It will be an opportunity to share knowledge, right? Because you have experienced people in your group. I know you're a student, they are young professionals and
But
senior
for
professionals.
someone that has zero knowledge of data science and analytics, and
Yeah, I think someone already asked a similar question, and what Mr. Hillary mentioned was that even if you might not get
it's not like
into
I
maybe
have zero.
sorry, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, so someone already has asked a similar question, I think, in this data science space. So as students, yes, maybe you are new to it, but the idea is you might not be able to get to that level of maybe so advanced, but you'll be able to pick up stuff in this process of you connecting with people that are already professionals in that space. So you just need to open your mind to learning and contributing as much as you can too, right? So your team lead will be there to guide you with the help of the assistant too. So just work closely with them. And the other bit about you guys not participating fully in SP Nice, it's a good one that you're already pushing for you guys to at least participate. What we can do, like our lead study group lead already mentioned, we'll see if we can bring a speaker to come speak to us about technical paper presentation, right? I know some of our leaders must have presented papers before now, but we'll still bring someone. We can have a Zoom call like this, or a Google Meet call like this. Invite that person to
Yeah.
come just talk us through on what it takes to present a good paper, to have a good abstract, and to have a good technical paper at the end. So that's something we can do, and you can always share with your other colleagues or your students in your chapter. Yeah. And then I see quite a number of people saying, I have not been added to any group yet. So this invite was sent strictly to the mails of people that indicated interest and also to the WhatsApp group. So we had already added everybody to their WhatsApp groups. So I'm surprised that some people are saying I've not been added. So was it that you got only the mail, but you are not in any WhatsApp group yet? Let it be clear that, okay, I got the mail, but I've not been added to a WhatsApp group. And this is my full name so that we can trace it and ensure you are added. So that would help us. If you're just saying I've not been added, yeah, just provide clarity for us. Okay, I got the email yesterday, but I am not on any WhatsApp group. My full name is this and my group is this. or the area indicated interest is this. So I'll take a screenshot of that and make sure you get added. Thank you, Mr. Hilary. Over to you.
Thank you very much. And also just to mention, hope someone else did not forward the link to you, because that's another way that you'll be in the meeting and you did not get the email. So please, if you, like she has said, if you indicated interest to join a group, you got this email, but you have not been added to the group. I think let's be clear so that we can just easily add you to the group. So I see Ugulo Evans, asking a question: are the review papers only limited to one picture and SPE paper? By all means, let's not constrain ourselves. Yes, our goal is to present as SPE, right? But if for any reason we're unable to meet that, there are other renowned journals for you to just for you to make your submission. But because this is an SPE umbrella, our ultimate goal is to submit the abstract to SPE and make the presentation at NAIS. So that's my comment on that. Unless Mrs. Chizzy wants to add something to that, then please, are we learning from scratch? I think we've addressed that question. My question is if the abstract is going to be done as a team. I think I've answered this. Which other question? Okay, I don't think I can see any other question. Okay, how can a new member join any of the groups? I think that had been addressed.
You're just
Okay,
to ask
so
Emmanuel, how did you get this link? If you're saying a new member join any of the group, did you get the mail or are you on a WhatsApp group? That would help us. You can come off mute and speak.
okay, I see Emmanuel possibly did not indicate interest before now. So please, if you did not indicate interest before now, I'm not sure how possible that would be for you to join the group, because the window had closed, unless our TIC in her magnanimity, is that the word? We'll see.
So that's why I just want him to speak so that we are clear, right? It's still surprising. But if he says, okay, someone shared it with me or something, we'll know how to take it up from there and see how to get him in. But if he's not speaking, it's not clear because we sent out the form, right? And everybody here indicated interest. So if you are joining us now, so maybe a friend shared it with you. So just come out, let it be clear as to how you got it, and we'll see how we can help you.
Good evening, ma'am. I got an email, but I am not yet in any WhatsApp group, but nobody shared a link to me. They sent me an email.
Okay, so you joined via the email. So give us your name, your full name, Blessing, your surname, and the group you indicated
Okay,
interest
I'm
to join. We'll
Obuna
also
Nina.
check our form and then add you.
All right, ma'am. So how do I do? I should type it.
Yeah, you can type it
Well,
before this call ends.
let me drop
Your number.
my number, so you can just
Okay.
send it to that number. So because I know if we leave this chat, it's possible that we'll lose the.
All right. Thank you, sir.
So
Hello.
I've just dropped my number.
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, Emmanuel, shoot.
Okay. Good evening, sir. So concerning the question you asked, I got the somebody, and I'm just hearing about this now. I'm very interested in joining. I don't know if I can be given the grace of joining now. I don't know.
Okay,
What
I
do
will
you mean by
consult.
you got the onboarding? You got the email?
I did not get any. A friend shared it with me. One of my friends shared it.
Okay, so Mr. Hillary has dropped his contact. Just reach out to him on WhatsApp and we'll take it up from there. But next time, please be on the lookout. If they send out a form, indicate interest immediately. And your friend was not supposed to share, but because you have joined us and you're interested, that's why we are just giving you this opportunity. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, sorry, we'll have a hard stop by 6:30, please. So maybe this is
Good
the
evening,
last
sir.
comment. Yeah,
Good evening, ma'am. Are you hearing me?
I can
Yeah,
hear you.
please go
Please go
ahead.
ahead.
Allow me the savior, and I want to talk about the joining of the groups, because I was added to data science and analytics, one of the group. I don't know if it's A or B, but since I was added to the community and I saw other groups, I felt I could join all. Like I felt I could join all, and I never thought it's bad for me to join all. I was not allowed to do so. I want to know if how I could be like how I could in the data science and analytics A or B, how I could know the one I was first added, and I would remove myself from the rest group so I wouldn't cause some problems for myself. That's my question. Thank you very much.
Okay, maybe just
Okay.
just reach me. I drop my number, reach me so that we can clarify things up. But like I said, please, cross carpeting is not allowed. Cross carpet. If we observe that you moved from one
Yeah,
group to another, we'll remove you from the group that you joined that you did not initially, indicate interest in. We want everything
yeah.
to be coordinated smoothly. So please just reach out to me. Let's clear things up.
I can't how would I put this?
I say reach out to me on WhatsApp. I dropped my number on the chat area. You can reach out to me. Let's discuss.
All right, thank you very much, sir.
Mm.
Sir, there
Yeah.
is a little range here. Sorry. I'm trying to tap at the chat, but it's not opening to be able to.
Yeah, the same thing with me. The same thing with me. I'm trying hard, but it's not opening.
Okay,
Okay, do
maybe
you want him to call it? Mr. Hilary, please just call it for them.
I'm about to democratize my number.
Please, uh,
Actually, trying to tap, but it's not opening. So sorry about that.
Yeah,
and
Uh,
even me.
please, it should be strictly for this purpose. Reach out to him because of study group matters.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much, ma.
okay, so it's 081
Yeah,
081 6704
6704. Yes, sir.
6919.
6919.
Yeah. So
Okay,
you can
thank you
just
very much.
reach me.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. So, Mr. Hilary, please, I don't know if you answered this question from Somto Chukwu. He said,
Okay,
after the
answer.
abstract, who is going to present it?
The team will decide
Mhm.
who is bringing the presentation. So that is not our it's not in our control. The team will
Let's
agree
do the
on.
work first.
Yeah, let's do the work, and the team will agree who is best suited to present on behalf of the team.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, Mrs.
I think
Chizzy, please
I
close
think
us.
sorry, just before I think it's
Okay.
also important to note that even if the whoever that is going to present, the paper is going to capture the names of as many
Everybody.
persons as possible. Yes. So
Yeah.
don't be worried about who is presenting and who is not presenting.
Yeah.
Absolutely. As far as your name is there, it shows that you're a co-author. You've co-authored the paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I think this has been really engaging. I see the enthusiasm um in this space. First, I want to say thank you to our study group lead for driving this. I remember when we first presented it at the first MTM, and a lot of people really indicated interest, and it's really good to see how far we have gone. And also just to thank the leads and assistants for accepting to also drive this. It's going to be a great opportunity for every one of us. And then members, don't just, what I would encourage us as members of the group, you need to participate because we said it's a learning opportunity, as our lead said. So you, no matter what, even if you're a student, there's something you should be able to contribute to the team. When it's time for meeting, when your team lead says we are meeting so date, make sure you are available and always be the type, because I notice some people would indicate interest, especially in SPE space. They'll indicate interest to say, I want to be part of this. But when it gets to time to really get active and do the work, you notice there's only a few persons. What we would do in such case, if you're not active in the group, when it's time to do the publication or submission, your name will not appear. Something you need to note. You need to do show working. You need to participate no matter how little. Even if they say, oh, you're taking minutes for meetings or doing one thing or another, you need to be diligent at it. Because if you're not, you don't expect your name. Maybe later, some people will not come to us and say, I was in my study group. I noticed that the paper was published. My name is not there. There must have been a reason. Just your lead must have noticed that you were not contributing anything. And we really can't put your name there. So what I would encourage you, ensure you're participating. And in days you can't show up for meetings or you're not able to meet up with something, speak up. Because yes, for the students, you're building yourself to become professionals. Very soon, some of you will complete school and get into the industry space. So it's important that all of these things, all of these areas are addressed. And it's also an opportunity to network. Like Mr. Esioma said, he's a senior professional. He's in the YP space, he's active, he participates in meetings. So you are having opportunity to network with senior people in the industry. And this is what SPE provides. So please, Mr. Hillary is the lead. He's actually in all of the groups. When I say lead, study group lead, overseeing all the study groups. So please, whatever issue you have, first cascade to your team lead. And of course, the team lead will always reach out to him. So please, let's not jump the gun. So if you're in a drilling group lead, always reach out to your team lead and assistant first. And if when they can't solve the issue, they would sure reach out to Mr. Hillary. So please, let's respect that fact or structure that we have provided.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great one. I'm looking forward to what we are going to achieve together. And I trust that we'll all put in our best. I just want to say thank you on behalf of SP Section 103. We're looking forward to, of course, this is something that will add value to every one of us. And me, I'm a reservoir engineer. I'm actually going to, as much as possible, get active in the RE space, the reservoir engineering group, to see how I can also contribute to. Thank you so much. We'll continue on the WhatsApp group. And team leads, please, tomorrow is the first month. So let's get started. Let's we've seen the timeline already. Let's start working towards achieving all of those milestones and goals. And if you have any challenge, feel free to reach out. I know someone chatted me on the back end saying it's having issues on Zoom. It doesn't really have, it tried downloading and all of that. So if Google Meet works for you, and all your team members are able to join a Google Meet meeting, please feel free to use Google Meet to have your meetings. It mustn't be on Zoom, right? Zoom even have a limit if if it's not a paid, um, I think there's a subscription that gets attached to it. If not, after 30 minutes or so, it kicks you out. But I think Google Meet does not have such restrictions. So if it's something that works better for you as a team, please, I would encourage you to use Google Meet for your meetings. But if Zoom works too, but just to ensure that we carry everybody along, if Google Meet is the best platform, let's go ahead to use it. But thank you so much. Like we said, we'll see how we can get a speaker to come present to us on technical paper presentation, hopefully before the end of November, so that
Yeah.
everybody also learns from that too. Thank you, Mr. Hillary and team, for anchoring this. And thanks everyone for joining. Have a wonderful weekend and do take
Thank
care.
you very much. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.